Welcome back, league mates and listeners, to the Pigskin Pals podcast. Go Packers this week, am I right?
Go Cowboys this week, am I right?
No, but we're both rooting for the Packers. Take down the Eagles.
Yeah, that's true. I would prefer. I definitely would prefer the Eagles win. So I'll give you that. Or Eagles lose.
Okay,
Eagles
I was
lose.
going to say, whoa. There was also the trade deadline this week, so we're going to have another episode about that. But this episode will be about our leagues and just like the picks that we think are going to win, and then our DFS lineups and the must players that we must squish in our lineup with that. So let's get stuck right into it.
Who would have thought? I lost again. Also, I need to point out a couple things here. First, Matthew Golden was Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter got put on IR like midweek after we had done this already. Not cool. I should have probably picked Christian Watson. I don't think it really mattered anyway, but I immediately after saying I wasn't going to go back to the Golden Well, I went back to the Golden Well. Whatever. And then I had Kyler, but I put Jacoby Brissett in instead, and that was probably better anyway. So
yeah, you kind of ate. My lineup, looking at it, my double stack of premium running backs didn't really work out. It kind of worked out because I hit on one of them with Christian McCaffrey. It would have been nice if both put up 40 burgers, but then paying down with Pittman and Torrey Horton. My prediction just for the Sam Darnold with the Torrey Horton and the AJ Barner stack worked out. Maybe it won't be working out in the future because now they have Rashid Shaheed. And then yeah, you kind of just had some cold boys, I guess.
Honestly, I had two bad plays is all it was. Golden and Keenan, which I did not expect Keenan Allen to have a bad day. I thought that was like a smash right there.
No, 132 is not bad. It looks like we actually have a fourth player in our league now with Austin. I saw that he was popping into the members.
He was going to join on Saturday. I'm like, I think you have to do it by Thursday, so you're not going to be able to get in. He'll probably do it this week. I'll remind him. He's at least in it. So
he might be able to, just you won't be able to pick the players from the Thursday game. But
that's true.
Excited to see what people come up with this week, and let's see what we have in our lineups this week.
We were talking before we started that we thought this week was pretty hard. Price tags were tough.
Heavy price tags. And spoiler, I kind of followed my same strategy as last week, but not with the quarterback, actually. I went with Lamar Jackson. We saw him back in action. Action Jackson throwing 4 touchdowns, but this week I'm kind of predicting more of a running week with how much the Vikings blitz. I'm hoping he's just going to be taking off and scrambling in those situations, so we'll see there.
We'll see. I got a feeling Minnesota's going to have their way with Baltimore, so I feel good about you picking them.
Interesting. Ooh,
I'm going with Mr. Garf. Yeah, I told you I was struggling on price tags. I wanted to go a little bit cheaper. Good matchup. Washington is abysmal just in general, but also now in the secondary with Lattimore, who is already bad, getting injured. So
honestly, it's an improvement.
It might be an improvement. It might be. I don't know. I got a good feeling about Goff. All I need is a touchdown or two, and it'll be good.
Actually, it's a big improvement for fantasy because Lattimore is getting called for so many PIs that were just stealing points from players. And now, hopefully, those players are just actually making the catch.
Absolutely. For sure.
I'm curious who you're going to be stacking that up with. Also, just Goff coming off of a bad week. I feel like he always rebounds for a good week. My RB1, I got James Cook.
I was looking at that.
In the lineup.
I like it.
I don't think he had a great week last week, but it feels like the Bills are getting pretty predictable on when you play them. Like on games where they have to like push themselves to score points, they lean more on like the passing game and Kincaid and Shakir. And then when it's kind of like a wash of a game, they can just run the ball willy-nilly. And Miami has been a run funnel also.
Freaking Pringle, dude.
Oh boy. Fuck this guy. I hate Rico.
Rico Nasty coming in absolutely hot. He's been, dude, when he's the RB1, he crushes. It's just
he's
a fact.
My least favorite player.
Why do you hate him? He rocks.
He just destroyed the Packers, and he's also stole all valuability from Chuba.
Yeah. I mean, Rico's just been insane. He just put up like 20-something points against one of the best run defenses in the league. I don't see any reason to not play him every week now that he's going to be the starter, and he's still pretty cheap. So I feel good about that.
You're not concerned about his injury? Like it looked like he tore something like 3 times in that game.
I think he got hit in the nuts once. He like got a Charlie horse the other time. I think it's just a bunch of like stingers he got basically. That's what my hope is at least.
I mean, yeah, he was running fine. Sealed the game.
Yeah.
My RB2, like I said, kind of following last week's strategy. Paying up again, I went with Jahmyr Gibbs.
Boy, I really hope it goes to the air then. Golly.
I know. I mean, he also had a stinker last week, so that's why I was banking on kind of a rebound game for the Lions through the ground.
I'm going a little bit crazy here. Jaylen Warren, I mean, he gets a ton of work, catches balls out of the backfield. Not too bad of a matchup. Finally got in the end zone, I think, a couple times last week. Hopefully he can do it once again. And Steelers look pretty good.
So you're paying up for a receiver.
I'm paying up somewhere.
Tight end. Mr. Brock Bowers.
We'll see. I don't even remember. Actually, I do. But it's not Brock Bowers. I'll give you that.
This is where I'm going to start saving money with my wide receivers.
This guy, he better dud for you too.
Yeah, he dudded last week. He does feel like kind of the left out player on the Chargers, but for the price against the Pittsburgh defense, who looked amazing last week somehow. That was a crazy game, seeing the Colts fall back to earth. Not what I was expecting, but we'll see what happens this week.
Got a little bit of Nico Collins. I mean, I think he'll be good either way, but this is kind of a guess on my part that CJ Stroud is out for the week and doesn't get through concussion protocol. Mr. Davis Mills was kind of throwing dimes to Nico all day. So I expect if Davis is in, he gets peppered even more than if Stroud is in. And if Stroud's in, then he'll be just fine against Jacksonville.
Wait, so you're expecting Stroud to be out?
Yes. Did you watch that game at all?
But you're also picking yourself in Dynasty?
Whoa. Did you? I don't care about that. I'll figure that out. I'll get Brissett or something. It'll be fine.
Okay. Yeah, no. I mean, the offense was moving. It was kind of like mirroring the Cardinals' offense when Kyler went out. Like, they were actually kind of moving the ball. My wide receiver 2 is Romeo Doubs. Kraft,
I like it.
Injured, must-win game for the Packers. They're probably going to be moving the ball through the air more, hopefully, that we're not calling screens or running it on first and second down every single play, because that was goddamn annoying. I'm expecting a big target share for Dobbs this week.
I like it. I went with Mr. Tet McMillan. I'm all in on the Panthers this week. Panthers in general, they've looked pretty good.
Where's Bryce Young?
No, I'm not that crazy. Tet's like their only receiver. He's looked great every time I've watched the Panthers, so I've got faith in Tet to be a PPR hound here this week.
Booty last week. And wide receiver 3, I got Quinn Johnson. So I'm just throwing dartboards at this Chargers offense right now. I'm assume like it really looks like the only way they can really score is through the air first. Like they have to set up the passing game to actually have a good game. So I'm expecting them to kind of move it through the air. Their offensive line scares.
That's what I was going to say. Are you nervous?
So much.
Are you nervous about that at all? The pass rush from the Steelers against that shitty offensive line at this point because of injuries?
I don't know. But, I mean, even if they get down, it's probably going to be like the game script of last week with the Colts, where there was just so much garbage points for Daniel Jones and the receivers that they'll just be slinging it at the end of the game.
Very true. There it is. I went with St. Brown. Paid up at receiver a little bit there, but I just got a feeling that Goff's going to have a bounce-back game. Lions in general are going to have a bounce-back game, and I don't know how that happens without St. Brown.
Please be through Gibbs.
No. Please no.
My tight end is David Njoku.
Yeah.
I just had to save money somewhere. He's been like fine, scoring like 9 points a game. I would have preferred to play Fannin over him, but he's more expensive, and they're still sharing the field a bit. It's like the tight ends are their only receiving weapons, and then they have Judkins. So
who
taking the wide
maybe he plays, maybe he
doesn't. Yeah, what was that?
Maybe he plays, maybe he doesn't. Unsure what
okay,
Judkins
so you
had.
didn't pay up for a tight end.
No, absolutely not. Did not pay. My pay up was Amon-Ra, basically. But I went Theo Johnson, who he's been pretty good as well. Honestly, he feels like one of the main targets for Jackson Dart at this point, and a fairly good matchup against Chicago. I think it'll be a high-scoring game. So I like him getting in the end zone.
You have to have a boat in your flex.
I don't think I do. I literally don't remember. Dude, Amon-Ra's 8,400. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I paid up somewhere else. But
Gibbs is 8K. I mean, because I mean,
look at your receiver price tags, dude.
But I have another boat in my flex too.
All right, well, we'll find out.
I got Kyron Williams.
I'm going to get
in the
torched. I don't
flex.
think I have a good flex.
This also feels like more of a game where it's going to be tighter divisional game. Have a feeling it's going to be more on the ground with Kyren than just Stafford throwing for 5 touchdowns and doing whatever he wants to these defenses. And maybe they'll be playing more conservative against a divisional opponent. So just a hedge. Not by no means am I as confident as I would be playing Kyren last year, just because when they get to the red zone, it is Devontae 24.
Dude, it's insane. I'm gonna make a prediction here. Yeah, I think it's Dobbs. That's what I thought. I thought it was Dobbs. First of all, I'm just like looking at our lineups again. I think your wide receivers look like fucking trash. So it's very, very. That's why ours are so different. It's like I feel like my running backs in comparison to your wide receivers, I'm winning there. You know what I mean? So that's where all the money went. Anyway,
I'm feeling very confident, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Romeo Dobbs. If anything, I'm cool with them canceling each other out. But I went for the same thing where it's like no Tucker Kraft. They're probably going to be throwing a bit more. It's got to be Dobbs.
And I have the Raiders defense, super cheap defense.
Yep, that's what we do. Cheap
playing
defense.
against a divisional opponent, and the Broncos, who it feels like Bo Nix has some like turnovers, but I don't think he does. I don't know, just a cheap play.
Giants looking for a turnover. That's about it. I feel pretty good. I would almost
every week.
No. This is different. I'm putting a week 10 guaranteed win right here against you this week. I would guarantee it.
I also guarantee it.
Nah. Whatever. We shall see. I just think the double Chargers and Lamar is what's going to hurt you. I think Lamar's going to suck this week. This is going to be a clippable thing here. We're going to come back to this, and then he's going to score like 40 points, but that's how I feel. I'm going to be getting more comments about how dumb I am. But moving on. Week 10, redraft. Last week, I believe we went 5-1. We both had the same, and the only one we got wrong was my game against Ryan. Yay, yeah. I lost.
And this week, it's like two teams one team's 5-4, another team's 5-4 that are playing against each other, and then another team that's 4-5 and 4-5. Like a majority of the teams are good teams playing bad teams this week, and then some buys and stuff. So it felt pretty easy to pick these games.
Yeah, I think
this week.
Mine's one of the closer ones, but I have a lot of bye week issues. My lineup looks kind of booty cheeks, so I don't feel bad about picking Austin.
I'm also like pretty confident we have a handful of people that are just eliminated from playoffs already.
Very likely.
Luke's.
You.
Yeah, no, for sure. My team is butthole.
I think Parker's team is bad. I think, was it Luke's is not great?
It's probably Riley is 5-13.
Riley, that was the one. Yeah.
I am 4-14. Parker is 4-14 also. I feel like all of those teams have no shot at winning anything.
I would agree.
Luke's 10-8. He's
okay. I couldn't remember if that was Luke or Riley, but it was Riley. But we will move on to Dynasty, where I believe, at least I know, we have one difference, which is my game. Again, we're always different on my game. Dane hates picking me. I shoved it up his butt last week. I got my win there, but I'll pull it up. I need to hear Dane's reasoning because he said he was going to talk about it. And here is the matchup. Obviously, I do have some buys. I've got all Cowboys basically on my team. So Javonte, Jake Ferguson, CD, all out this week. Joe Flacco on bye. Kyler Murray no longer playing football. So I've got some problems. I won't say that I'm perfect here. But what do you think?
I'm playing the regression game on your team. Like, I don't think Rico can't go off for another 100 and touchdown.
He absolutely can.
He absolutely can, but at some point it can't happen. And I think that's this week. And then I don't think Monunga is going to have as good as game he had last week. Kamara's been absolutely terrible. Jacoby Myers, is he actually even going to play like a significant amount of coming in after just being traded?
I don't know. I want him off my team still, so he might not be here.
And then you might not have CJ Stroud playing either, and you'd be filling it in with...
I'd probably make a trade with Brissett, realistically, to get Brissett from Parker, or get Davis Mills from someone, because I don't have anyone to fill it in with otherwise. Probably Isaiah Davis.
But, I mean, Luke also has the same question with Rashid Shaheed being traded. He does have...
QBs look good.
Yeah, his QBs look good, especially Jalen Hurts and Goddard. That stack, I think the Eagles and Packers game is going to be pretty high scoring this week. And yeah, I mean, he's got QJ, who's in my DFS lineup.
I think my saving grace here is going to be probably Genty having a poor game against Denver. Shaheed maybe not getting the snaps because he's not quite there yet. Johnson having a poor game and Bateman having a poor game. That's what I'm banking on, basically. I just need Puka, Rico, Goff, Jefferson to have good days, and I think I win.
I think you just need Puka and Jefferson to have a good day.
Maybe true, but we shall see. I believe that is the only difference we had. Everything else seems pretty straightforward. I believe there's a lot of bad teams versus good teams this week. Yeah, you and Ben. Ben's struggling a little bit, obviously. Ryan
need that win. I need to be 8-2. Who would have thought I'd be 8-2?
Yeah.
And then
you're crushing it.
We have our matchup next week, which will be spicy.
That'll be good. I'll have like all my players. I'm glad it didn't happen on a week like this week where I got no Cowboys. So that'll be fun. And then Austin versus Sam could be a good matchup, I think. But Austin's team looks pretty nice this week, if I recall. So that will be fun to watch. Austin on a little bit of a run here. I think the playoff race for us will be interesting towards the end here. So for that last couple spots.
We have 3 teams at 7-2, and then it's 3 teams at 5-4, and then we have 3 teams at 4-5. So really, the 4 through 9 spot is just wide open right now on how that will shake out.
Yeah, definitely. I think, unless I haven't looked after last week, but I feel like my points for, I'm one of those 5-4 teams, is pretty strong. So as long as I can get a couple more wins here, I feel pretty confident that as long as I'm on the edge, I'll get in just based off points. So we shall see. I kind of hope Parker makes it. I think that'd be funny. I think that'd be awesome, honestly.
That would be hilarious. Yeah, can we touch on that matchup last week where he somehow beat Ethan?
Yeah.
It was 103-100, but Parker started Bo Nix, all right, Jalen Wright, Samaje P. Ryan, Troy Franklin, Alec and Newman Jonnu Smith, McBride, T. Higgins, and Brissett went off for him.
His bottom three and Bo saved him there. And
that was all his points.
And the fact that Ethan's team kind of just didn't really perform. So
Same day. And then he just lost.
I mean, imagine having
Jaden Daniels too.
Yeah. I mean, Ethan's going through it here. This week for sure he's going through. He's got Bryce Young in his QB1 and no other quarterback. He could struggle here coming up.
He's going to have to start playing Mark Andrews again.
Yeah, I think he's in his Superflex right now. So he definitely does. But that is it for this week for our Week 10 preview. Let us know what you think of our DFS lineups. Join that. There will be a link in the description. Dane is not going to win. I got a Week 10 guarantee. It's me, baby. I'm coming back. Thanks for watching. See you guys on the other side. Peace.